the old Storm Spirit this game. I think, you know, you've not really got too much to worry about in terms of lockdown on Spirit. Just really borrow a strike that's going to instantly catch you out. And one of those heroes that works very well with the Legion Commander. You know, you go for a duel, you've got the setup to get that zip in and help finish off the kill. And G's pretty good on the old Storm.
Okay. Could work as long as they deep. Yeah, I mean, if they could deep push, it could work if they go to late stages. But their early game would be kind of hard with the Storm.
But I mean, as well, because it isn't strong nowadays with the optimization against PL. Because PLs always want to go for a diffusal or Battle Fury fights. He never really wants to go for the Manta straight up. So if you get an Orchid, you are going to get it in time before there's any sort of save. Because there isn't really any save at the moment. Like if they've got the send back on the Chen, which can be quite annoying to deal with. But other than that, I don't know, we'll see. I'd like to see G on some sort of big playmaker. The ban's actually going to be the Void, so actually assuming that the Razor is going to be taken mid on Gambit, which, as we said, there's the chance. We've seen already both of the position 1 and 2s of Gambit can play each position, so they'll be happy to take heroes into each of the respective lanes.
I'm still thinking OD for this pick here.
For Spirit?
OD or Sniper.
Okay.
For ILTW.
I mean, that is the thing. If you pick OD, G will happily play Sniper. But actually, okay, Spirit
they take the Storm. All right, okay.
So I'm going to say that was a block pick because, you know, obviously Gambit wanted
That's neat.
But okay, they take the Storm. So
he used to be a Storm spammer, ILTW. I do remember that.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
He did, because I used to play against him a lot.
It was what, Storm, Quap, and Tinker, I think. Was his big...
Yeah, Storm, Quap, Tinker, Invoker.
Yeah.
Those big 4.
So he gets one of his big 4. Now, what's G going to do? Now, if you're G... Maybe you could play the Sniper, as you say.
Oh, yeah. Oops.
Sniper or OD. I think they are the 2 G heroes that stand out. Maybe we do finally get that G Viper that we've been trying to call a lot of times.
Dude, I feel like I always saw him playing that one. That's why. It just keeps coming out.
Or maybe they do something like put the Razor mid, draft a DK safe lane.
DK was another one that was coming to mind for me, but...
DK could be fine here.
Gives him building hitter, too. SF? DKSF?
We've named about 4. It's got to be one of them. DKSF,
DKSF,
OD,
Viper, OD.
Sniper, Viper.
Okay.
One of those 5, surely.
Yeah.
Unless they do just something totally different and we're absolutely wrong. I think any of them.
God, if they pick like Invoker or something, I'm going to lose
Invoker.
it.
G Invoker.
I would be so unhappy.
I mean, they got Legion. They got set up for the Sunstrike. Yeah, they take the DK.
They take the DK.
I think that's... I've got to be honest, I think I do like Spirits line up a bit better. I think the Storm and PL is quite worrying, but...
So where's the DK? He's just going to get put mid, right?
That's what I wonder. Or is he going to be safe lane and you put the Razor mid?
I'll move the hat. The hat's blocking DK a little bit. We'll put it right behind. There we go.
I think you probably do put DK mid. Yeah, you just have DK mid as usual, don't you? It's not too bad against the Storm, right?
No, you farm.
It's pretty nice, yeah.
You farm. Storm, if anything, that's like one of the dream matchups for Storm, because you can actually push the laning constantly onto him and takes a lot of magic damage, but... Yeah, I think I'm liking Spirit's lineup too.
So yeah, let's do the predictions, ladies and gentlemen. What do we reckon's going to win? Spirit versus Gambit. Who are you gonna go with, Fogged?
Looking at our board in front of us, yeah, I'm going Spirit.
I gotta say Spirit as well. I think Storm, PL, and the 4th pick Chen is gonna be pretty good. So you can put us both down for Team Spirit in terms of predictions. And off the back of that,
I'm sneezing.
Yeah, come on. Keep it clean. There we go. So as we can see, Gambits. But we're going to go for both with Spirit. I think off the back of those drafts. We'll see.
It's close drafts though. These are actually pretty nice. They do have ways to deal with the PL, at least with damage. They don't have great catch though. Besides that, unless they can get him straight locked down inside one of the initial stuns, then they can get the follow-ups. But the other ones have some, not the best cast animations. Duel, Dragon Tail, unlikely to get Snowball to really get on those heroes. But
yeah, if they get like a good timing on the Shadow Blade, on the DK, then they've at least got somewhere to open up. But having that into the duel, like that will get the job done. But they got to get to that point where they got a Shadow Blade on the Dragon Knight. And
I mean, I really went with Spirit. Whatever. Oh, I kind of like Gambit just because I feel like when you pick a Chen, you have to have a very specialist. And maybe Biber is. I haven't seen him play too much. People were banning it against him, so he could definitely run over it. But it could be a little...
He did play it in Na'Vi, didn't he?
He did play it a bit,
I feel like we've definitely seen him have a few games on this. But as we've just not had the treat to see Biber that much recently.
He does have to make a lot of space for his team, though, right? Because they are definitely a greedy draft. PL, Storm, and Senking. PL needs Diffusal. Storm needs an item. Senking ideally wants Blink Dagger before they really can fight. So a lot is on this Chen. And we'll see if he's actually able to do it and make the space for his team.
And G will be able to grab the bounty rune down bottom. In fact, he'll be able to grab 2. By the looks of it. 2 bounty runes for G. And over on the other half, Moon able to grab 1. But yeah, the double bounty rune going to give that a little bit of a slight edge mid to start with. What are we going to see from the back of FNG? Comes in for the block mid, but will TP straight away down bottom to provide support. So IRTW left on his own. They do, of course, want to get that solo XP on the Storm. Make sure that you can get these levels, get that level 6 as soon as he can.
So they're trying to punish the fact that there's a Chen, and they're going to send a tri-lane bottom to shut down the PL. So cool approach coming up from Gambit. Could definitely work out and make Illidan's life quite miserable. It's going to be up to Viver to do a lot.
Yeah, and down bottom, Illidan has to put the point into Doppelganger.
Yep.
So he was caught down by the shards and the static being rung down.
Sanking should win top though versus Legion Commander. That should be the nice thing, is that Team Spirit have 2 lanes that are going to do quite well. Bottom, the PL is going to get sacked a tiny bit until the Chen makes the rotation. So Viver, like we said, has to do a lot in the early game for his PL to make sure that he can get farm, but the other 2 lanes should, in theory, farm quite well. Sanking should win top. Storm should slightly win over Storm or over DK mid. I mean DK. The thing is DK farms for everybody, so.
That's some good harassment here from Moon on this SK. Keeping the Legion low with the caustic finales. At the same time, you have the heal, as you say, it should be relatively close lane.
Yeah, relatively close.
I mean, once SK gets the levels, the Legion certainly has to be careful.
The caustic starts adding up a little bit too much. Once you get like 2-3 points, or 2 points even in it, it's quite a lot. And Illidan bottom, still getting some last hits, of course getting denied, but that's the nature of what's going to happen until the Chen makes the first rotation, and now that minute mark comes, so the Hellbear Smasher comes in, zoning off the bounty rune. Viver will be able to collect that one. And, oh, they actually get both on the bottom lane.
Yeah, Vansco just a little late coming in with that telekinesis to stop FNG from grabbing that bounty rune. Mid lane CS. ILTW 12 for 3 against the 8 for 1 of G, so that early lead here for the Storm. Having a very nice time in this 1v1 matchup, and that is without any sort of Chen rotation yet onto mid.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. Like we were saying, it's a Storm favored matchup, but DK just gets 1 charges. Once he gets Soul Ring, he can free farm the lane. So bottom, they are continuing that pressure, making PL's life a little bit awkward, but they do at least have their pull up open for Spirit. So they pull the lane, get it back a little bit, get some experience spread on the Witch Doctor. And now Viver's going to go get a new creep and come back, since the hard camp was blocked initially by Gambit. As you see the Rubik standing on top of it right now to block the camp, body block the camp, so Chen can't get a creep from there. That's why Viver has to make the far rotation left, because it did get dewarded by Spirit.
I mean, what in terms of Viver, what he's trying to do here, like, is there just nowhere that he can rotate into? What's he waiting for? Is it?
I think his job is just to go back bottom every single time he has a creep, or just match where the other supports are going, because he doesn't want his Storm to die pre-6, which could happen right now. As soon as they see the supports missing from bottom, they should have an indicator that they're going to go gank mid, so Viver's probably going to walk to the mid lane here. Has to watch the way that he's taking, though. He's walking into 2 heroes here.
They are going to make a bit of a go on him. Telekinesis, paralyzing cards, Cat Maledict will hold them back, and now Team Spirit looking to turn. They're going to turn towards Vanscore. Vanscore trying to bring down Viver with the right clicks. They have the snowball. It's not going to be onto the Chen. It is only going to be onto FNG, so Viver's still alive, and Team Spirit able to turn, take the first blood. Very, very good movement there from FNG, exactly as you said. You know, Team Spirit realized that Gambit are moving away from that lane. FNG and Viver, they follow through. They are going to have net back up in a second, and with that, they're actually going to get...
Oh, uphill miss!
Oh, is salving up!
Is he really going to survive?
Oh, no, it's not! That's a salve down as well. I mean, Vanscore will at least get the neutral creep. That's 2 kills there for Spirit. They read Gambit like a book. They knew exactly what to do.
They read the map perfectly there. They see them leave bottom. Both of them start. It's mostly FNG's rotation there that comes in to make the big
look
play.
At this rotation. This was a bit of a surprise for G. He's going to be fine, but Moon just waltzes down for the top lane and comes in for a quick stun.
I like that Viver also, if you saw, mid. They're actually going in.
He's got a haste ring.
Deeper.
He's trying for G.
They have to get him here.
Yeah, they've got another Boris strike. That's going to be... they can get Bingdom as well, maybe. Telekinesis is going to come out, but RTW gets the kill, will fall.
Oh, he didn't Fairy Fire. He may have been able to live. I don't think he expected the burst. But he does have a Fairy Fire and Storm. He may have been able to go for the big play. But either way, he did. He got 2.
Gets double kill. I think he managed to spend his money before he went down as well, looking at his current gold.
Maybe that's what he was prioritizing on.
Just buying up the items and such. But that little play, getting the haste rune, and I guess probably he made the call. He said, look, Sand King, come towards mid. We could just run at them with this haste, and I mean, at least it get 1 kill. I don't think they necessarily expected to get 2, but they did.
That was the dream for them. And also, I like what Moon is doing again, the Sand King. I was talking about it a lot yesterday, but I really like the decision he makes. He gets the bottle. He actually was also we didn't get to look too much up there, but I didn't want to interrupt and say anything. But he was pulling the creep wave into the neutrals,
okay,
so he was killing them with caustic. Yeah, so he was getting a little bit more farm. He got the bottle, picked up a couple bounty runes as well, and he used that to abuse the mid lane and mid. They don't have the chain stun.
They don't, and now the turnaround's going to be there. ILTW coming forward again. Look who it is. Moon, the man of the moment you're talking about, coming in onto Bignum. Oh, don't have quite enough to take him down. Or the caustic does. Okay, it's still inside him. It pops and brings him out. Moon, I mean, he is keeping his eyes on that mid lane, helping out every single time he sees a chance to. Bottom lane, Maledict, it is down. There they have with the stun. Illidan surrounding him. The perfect control from Biver and his army. Locks down the Cheshire Cat Legion commander, and we're seeing 6 kills to 1. These lanes,
dude, I'm becoming this. I don't know who the Moon guy is, but I'm a fan, man. This guy's.
I'll be honest, I never heard of this lad.
I haven't heard of him. But his rotations are very clever.
You know who was from CIS? Who was all about moons? Is this the return of Funnick?
Is it Funnick? No, it's not the Moon Lord.
It's Funnick on an alt account.
I have him on my friends list. It's not Funnick.
Are you sure it's not Funnick?
I don't think it's Funnick.
It's Funnick on an alt account.
The Moon Lord
himself has returned.
No, but I like how he's like, okay, he's looking at it and he's like, there's a lot of pressure on my supports to make the lanes work, so he's taking the move and making the moves around the map for his team. So making the space for the Storm, gets an early 6, get multiple kills. He's gonna get his Blink Dagger at a super early timing. He's already at 1800 on this Sand King. I'm biased, you know what? Go Spirit, I'm a fan of Moon.
Moon, yeah.
No,
we need to know more about this, lad. I mean, I'm sure someone knows some stuff. Tweet at Fogged, you know.
Tweet at Fogged.
If you got any the backstory on Moon, where he's been, where he's come from, let us know, because this guy is he's looking pretty impressive. He did, as I said, the one bad puck game.
Sure.
But you know, as you mentioned, you felt that was just a bad game to play puck in.
Yeah, it did. So they're going to continue farming, and we didn't mention, but Gambit did do a lane swap because they did not feel like they were pressuring the PL, and their read is right. The PL did start to catch up and farm. Razor was feeling a bit threatened, so makes his way toward top. They actually claim the bottom tower at a very early timing for Spirit. So Gambit, I think the next plays is probably make smoke rotations with one of their core heroes. I think DK has already popped Dragon form, so they don't really have a great move to do anything, but they could probably make a dual play anyway onto a support. The core heroes will be pretty tough to kill. They don't really want to take a fight at a tower or near a TP zone.
There we go. We'll see what they can do mid. They're going in onto G, paralyzing cast. They close the gap. Maledict's down. They are going to be TPs in. Can they kill G in time? It turns with the Dragon Tail. Standing Link as well onto ILTWs. Falling low. Snowball comes in. Control by the 3-man stun does come through. It's not going to be enough to save ILTW, and now they're looking for more. Oh, actually, they can get the dual win, but ILTW did actually get himself out to the side of it, but still Gambit coming out on top. They come in with the 5-man movement, and they are able to get 2 kills out of it.
They got there while the DK form was still active, too, so those very nice smoke rotation coming out from them to punish. That was the reveal of the Sand King Blink Dagger, and he died instantly too when he went for the counterplay.
Just not quite enough follow-up, and they're getting that dual win. Very nice for Cheshire Cat.
Yeah, already phased Soul Ring. Pretty good timing. Still though, 2k lead for Spirit. They are making some very nice rotations come out, and it looks like they will try to punish this Razor again. How are the levels doing on the supports? I tend to... Ooh, they actually missed this smoke on the Sand King, but he's got Blink. So, level 4s on Spirit, and the same thing on the supports of Gambit, so evenly spread out.
Let's see if they can close the gap here onto Dahak.
Oh, he's in trouble.
Straight in move. With Burrow Strike. More than enough damage there. No chance of surviving through that. Has that combo with the Maledict and the...
His name is S-Moon, not Moon, they're saying.
S-Moon.
So it's just S-Moon. Okay.
We'll call him S-Moon. I mean, there's already...
I'm fine with calling him
There's already a few moons in the game, haven't we? We've got the Moon in SEA, the Moon in NA. And now the S-Moon.
He's my Insanity Moon. That's what someone just said. And then they said 2k cast. So it looks like it will be Kaya, the first item on the Storm. That seems to be the new build, right? Kaya into Orchid.
Yep, that seems to be Treads, Kaya, Orchid.
Yeah, I remember Blitz saying how he thought this was the build, and he told Arteezy, and Arteezy said it's shit, and then Arteezy was doing it in all the games.
Yeah, but Arteezy said everything's shit. You know, this has got Arteezy attitude in it. You know, he's gonna say that to everything.
Yeah. Gambit should be able to take a trade tower here while top gets brought down by Team Spirit.
Yeah, well, it's like Spirit aren't gonna be interested in doing anything around that mid defense. It's trading, pushing top. Illidan getting space on his PL.
Yeah, how's he doing?
He got 1300 after the sort of the core basics at the start, so we'll see what he goes for.
Not that 13-minute defusal treads Aquila that we saw yesterday, but he still should have it at a pretty decent time. Saving his gold, just in case though. Just in case he wants to change it up and make us sad.
Design up the options. I mean, when you're hitting creeps, you know, it's like you don't... Yeah, half a Battle Fury is not going to do anything, and starting to build into the defusal isn't, so might as well leave your options open.
I mean, I'd assume he'd go Battle Fury again this game, especially versus DK and Razor. Early on, they don't really have good ways to deal with illusions. It's only really the Legion Commander and the Rubik Tusk nukes that are super good versus him. And Breathe Fire is okay, but...
I mean, you know, DK is pretty low on the old mana pool, isn't it? If you get on top of it.
Yeah, that's what... Yeah. You do burn him out.
I mean, not useless, but certainly limits what he can do. Not friendly fights at this stage of the game when he's...
Oh, they're trying to make a bait play here. Sand King's ready with Blink.
I mean, Gambit sort of read it. You know, they back up immediately. They have 4 heroes there waiting to catch out Illidan, where they immediately retreat. And they know stuff's coming in from Spirit.
The deep ward they had saw a couple extra heroes walking through, so they did put some fear into them. But that just buys base for Illidan. Sure, they made a rotation, but now they can smoke. Team Spirit looking to try to catch someone on the one that while they're making the rotation top, as that's what they expect, because DK's top, so like, okay, they might meet him so that he can try to threaten the tower. So that might be the location that they just run to. They know where the Razor is.
Vansko and Dahak on the high ground. The smoke isn't going to be spotted out by them as Team Spirit going for the long walk round. Actually, the one to find it out is Bignum. Bignum getting jumped on. No, they want the bigger target. They ignore the Tusk. They make a beeline straight for G on the DK. They have the Maledict upon him, and G will certainly pop as they get the high priority kill. They get that Dragon Knight.
That's a pretty smart rotation. They're like, okay, it seems like they knew Gambit backed off, so they're like, all right, the only real play that you can see is, you know, mid tower's already dead, so they're not going to go for that. They're going to go try to meet their DK, and they make that smoke rotation all the way up and find themselves that big kill. That is a very good read of the map by Spirit again. I think FNG's probably making those calls, expecting those kind of rotations. But Gambit's still not too far out of it. It's only a 4K disadvantage right now. But they want to be doing a little bit more with their lineup. They have the DK, they have the Razor, they have the Legion. They want to be the ones taking these fights and making Spirit react to them rather than the other way around. Playing at the pace of Spirit is not the ideal when they've got PL Storm cores that can take it to the late game.
Looking for a fight down bottom, Gambit. Standing behind that Razor. They haven't quite got the blink on Cheshire Cat's getting close. They certainly needed, as we said, the lockdown. A little lacking on the side of Gambit. They need to have that sort of blink duel to help catch out the PL and the Storm. And Illidan's down there. ILTW in the tree line, just in case Gambit comes forward. But again, Gambit being pretty safe down here and backing up immediately, not to be caught out by the movements of Spirit down this bottom half of the map.
But this isn't good for Gambit. That's the one thing. Is sure, it's not that much of a goal disadvantage by any means, but their lineup wants to be faster. They don't want to be getting split up like this by Spirit. And now PL does have the defusal finished up at a nice early timing. Actually at the 1340
still
again.
Pretty good. Not quite as fast. I think it was like maybe a minute faster yesterday.
Yeah.
But still, yeah, very, very good timing for Illidan.
Yeah, when you're playing versus PL Storm cores, you want to be forcing towers and making them do the reactions. But yeah, playing to the pace of Spirit is going to be very happy with this. Gambit, they ideally want to try to get some kind of smoke rotation to meet up with the DK's Dragon Form to get a tower push.
Bignum will be able to head over, steal the bounty rune. Illidan grabs both of the ones down towards the bottom.
The blink on Cheshire Cat might actually be the big signal for Gambit to go. He's relatively close, and that'll actually give him ways to start the fight and catch, because they don't really have that right now.
Yeah, they don't. They have to have someone who's able to get in there. Yeah. Whether it be, I mean, it was either going to be him or the Dragon Knight, who was also working towards a blink dagger.
So maybe, yeah, maybe that's just what they're waiting on. But they are getting a little... I mean, they're kind of keeping up. It's just the Razor doesn't farm as fast as the other 3 cores on the side of Spirit. He has to pop his ult every time in order to farm, to keep up at that pace.
Yeah, no, it's exactly as you say. You just don't want to let the game go on against a PL and a Storm, especially when it's an Illidan PL. You know, this guy is going to farm. He is going to be big.
Yeah,
he is going to be at the top of the net worth if you let him have a pretty free lane.
So they are doing. Cheshire Cat gets blink. Yep. They're going to smoke up, meet the DK on the tower bottom, try to get a play happening, and this could be where Spirit gets caught a bit off guard. The wards are being placed already by FNG. The rest of his team is TPing down and setting up. They know this is happening.
Who is going to get jumped on? Illidan?
Spirit has all 5 ready.
That doppelganger! Immediately! So they couldn't get the blink duel off. There will be a snowball buying some safety for the time being, but the Burrow Strike Epicenter comes in on the sidelines. Maledict on Dahak bringing the Razor down low. ILTW zips across. They've already found 3. And as you said, this is Spirit. Again, the bottom lane knowing what's up, and they catch Gambit out. They know the intentions once that blink dagger's on. And the smoke from Gambit is a complete and utter failure.
I mean, their read of the map is actually so good right now on Spirit. Every single time they know the smokes are coming before they even happen. They literally pre-TP'd 4 heroes down there after FNG TP'd. Man, Gambit's just getting red. But that's the thing is, it's hard because I think that was actually their move to get back in the game, to get that 5-man going, but they didn't really get the ward by the tower. They didn't get the instant jump onto the PL, got the doppel off, and from there the team fight's a disaster. Cask just starts bouncing, they get fully initiated on. And now Spirit taking a tier 2, getting further and further ahead.
We'll back off for now. Now that Gambit are fully back up, they know that there is still that blink duel potential, but as we say, it's going to have to be something massive from Gambit. I mean, we're what, 16 minutes into it, I believe there's only the 1 successful duel one.
Yep. He doesn't even have one. No, it wasn't even a full duel. Duel win in the mid lane.
So no successful victories for the Legion yet. And it's only going to get harder and harder with the cores getting as big as they are on Spirit.
And look at Spirit. Again, they're like, they want to take this tier 1. We are not letting them have it. They're posted up with 4. Even Illidan's walking his way down. Illidan's had another item coming out, the Yasha. Okay. Gambit just really wants to take a tower, but Team Spurs is not allowing them. It's just a brick wall.
It's very hard for them to get in on this. I mean, that blink dagger, as you said, they did go as soon as they could, but it maybe felt that it was already just a little too late, that timing. As Spirit are avoiding everything now.
They're just farming now. I mean, they're farming, moving
2K
together.
Ahead.
Yep.
Quite the early game lead here for Spirit.
They're backing up for Midas too on Chen. Fiverr wants to just keep scaling.
I mean, when the game is going as is, it certainly seems to be fine to do so. You're not worried about having any other items as of now in the Chen.
Yep, Chen's got some cool talents too. Yep. You take if you take the XP gain talent, you get Midas. You can get that level 20, 25, which are pretty absurd. Level 25 can be kind of nuts. That heal is really, really strong. Puts you up to like 900.
Oh, you don't take the +4.
I mean, you can, but I think...
So you can have a massive army.
900 burst heal is pretty crazy. I guess the massive army in theory could be better, but you're 25, everyone's killing those very quickly. And it's not like you can take...
The heal is definitely the big one.
If you could take 8 Ancients or something, like... But, oh, G actually gets caught
at the
end of his TP.
Yeah.
He's slain.
Second time that he's been caught out on this top lane, G. It's a bit of a tough place for him to be. I mean, he has to sort of come out.
Oh, Bignum as well.
It's not looking great for Gambit.
It's been almost 10 minutes since they've gotten a... Actually, it has been 10 minutes since they got a kill. They got a tower at like the 11-minute mark, but since then, it's literally just been Spirit reading all the movements perfectly, and I mean, they're definitely executing at a high level right now versus Gambit.
Top tower has fallen.
Now, when does Spirit want to go to the high ground? I mean, they don't really need to. I mean, yeah, mid lane. That's still a lot of towers there to take. Tier 1 and a Tier 2.
Oh, look at this. ILTW TPs because he has the ward vision. Advance go for a second, and goodbye, Rubik.
Oh, the Dukes? No.
Not quite.
Not juking that. Not possible. Not going to happen today. Yeah, ILTW 5-1-4 on Storm. Gambit They are, again, around this bottom lane. They really want that tier 1 tower. This time they might get it.
Radiant's bottom tower
Because
is under attack.
Spirit are more focused on
Dire's
the mid lane.
middle tower is under attack.
Took him 20 minutes to take the safe lane tower, though. That is not the
A
ideal.
lot of resources and a lot of time spent not farming, and they might not even get it now.
Senking scouts out the TP's coming mid, blinks away.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Information gained. And bottom tower is defended, as you mentioned. FNG is going to just farm it up. And the rest of Spirit's still ready to take these engagements because of how farmed this Phantom Lancer is too. Manta style now going to be delivered out on the courier. Storm has Orchid as well, can be delivered on the courier. Gambit. How do they take a fight? I think they need their BKBs on both cores before they can actually fight into Spirit now. I don't think that they can take a head-on engagement at this point.
But how close are they? They're spending a bit of time.
Not very close.
Yeah.
Razor's pretty close, but they might just get jumped here if they show. But actually, Witch Doctor's kind of far. Spirit's gonna wait. They're content with still just farming a moment.
Radiant are scanning.
Storm does have that DD. Would love to zip and play. It's Orchid complete.
Yeah, they're waiting for their items to be delivered.
Orchid complete for him, Manta complete for Illidan.
Yeah, they're very ready to fight right now. Gambit still a little bit hesitant to take the engagement. They can go for pickoff still with the Legion with the Blade Mail, but Spirit is not giving them the options. They are all playing together. And now look at this. Are they baiting the creeps? They just might be.
Doesn't look like Gambit are biting that.
No.
They are not heading up here. If anything, they see their neutrals, and that gives them every reason to avoid that area of the map, as they know that Spirit have the lead at the moment.
They've got a ward now too, so they do see Senking, Storm, and Witch Doctor top. So they will try to get deeper into the mid lane. Oh, they really need these BKBs to take a fight. Just gotta farm those up. Get good wards down with the supports, get river wards so they can watch the movements.
Got it.
Just slowly but surely poking at top lane, Illidan. Not really feeling scared of any sort of gank potential from Gambit. Very hard to catch him out. Sure, they have got the blink stun, but even then, got a chance to react. FNG in a bit of a spot up problem, but he has got friends with him, and those friends are ready to fight. Already zipping in straight away. Yeah, FNG just drops the death ward, takes down this Tusk, the Bignum Tusk, and there is nothing that Gambit do. They just can't get kills in those sort of situations. Another sort of just awkward movement from Gambit put to a stop, and Team Spirit just go straight to rush.
They both had vision of the area. Well, Spirit had an Obs and a Sentry, so they actually had full vision of the backlines. So Legion was waiting to counter-initiate. Storm jumps in, gets the Orchid on him, and there was actually an Epi used on poor Bignum. Gets eradicated by Death Ward and Epicenter. Now they get themselves a free Roche off of that. Gambit really in a lot of trouble here.
He just on ILTW. There is finally the Blink Dagger on the Dragon Knight, but that is going to mean, of course, the BKB timing is going to be even further.
Yeah, I don't really think that they can take fights with that.
I mean, we said, you know, they did need to have sort of that Blink instant stun, but it now comes at a time that may just be a little too late.
They're already so farming. Oh my goodness, look at this. Spirit's making the move. There's only 3 heroes from Gambit down here. Gambit's all split up.
Oh yeah, ILTW just zips in straight away, catches out G. He's a little tanky with the armlet, but with the backup of FNG, popping the cask and the Maledict. In fact, ILTW, he leaves G because he knows he can rely on FNG to finish it off, and he looks for Cheshire Cat, and they get both of them. They can do that at this point, Team Spirit. They can just allow their supports to finish off these core kills, as they are just so far ahead.
They're just moving on the map much easier now. It's almost like Gambit's got no way back, got no way to like find plays.
Look at this Biver's just playing around with them. And the God Heal comes out. They've got a Burrow Strike onto Dahak. He is trying for the TP out. He's not going to make it. Pops the BKB, goes for the TP, but the physical damage is too much for Illidan on the front lines, beating down into him. 24 minutes in, 13k gold lead, 19-4. Team Spirit now up to the high ground. Tier 3s will be a falling, maybe even more, as there is no buyback on Dahak, and he's still down for 35 seconds.
Gambit's complete direction of anything that they wanted to have in this game was lost at least 12 minutes ago or so. I think Spirit read the map way too well. They knew exactly where Gambit was going to go, and just, I mean, they won like 2 solid team fights back to back in that same location, and then just farmed the map. And yeah, it's Gambit's 15k disadvantage, and with their type of lineup, they have to hope for some Hail Mary throws from Team Spirit.
Yeah, pretty impossible for them to play from behind. Unless they say Illidan makes a big mistake, gets caught on his own. If they can catch out either of the cores on their own, sure. Then they can kill them. They do
still
have
lack to get the kill. Yeah, they have to get the initial disable in order to kill them, though, and that's going to be hard. With the way Spirit's been playing, especially.
I think they're definitely sort of considering what the plan is in there already, probably thinking about game 2 and what they need to change up. I mean, do you think was it a draft issue this game? I mean, you sort of said at the start
I almost
didn't mind the Gambit draft.
I think this was all movement.
Yeah.
This game. I mean, sure, maybe Spirit Struck might be a little bit stronger just because Chen is one of those question mark heroes for me. It says like he can own or he can do absolutely nothing. Biber did enough this game in the laning phase that his team was fine, and then I mean it was really just the decision making for me. Them constantly moving bottom, reading the support movements over and over again. It just seemed like FNG and the boys were one step ahead of Gambit.
Well, Illidan just heads down on bottom. He's pushing in. I mean, he knows that. You know, what are you going to do if you're Gambit? How do you stop this? You could try, but look at the speed the tower's going down. It's pretty much gone.
And look at them throwing the heals too. The Witch Doctor heal plus the Chen small heal onto the Storm in the front line.
And the Spirit Vessel.
Yeah, and Spirit Vessel on
back
top
up
too.
to full health. Tier 3's gone. This Rack's going as well, and now they're going to zip him for kills. They look towards Cheshire Cat, the Legion Commander. Can they quite get him? No, the Storm has been caught out, but he has the Aegis, so LTW will be back for round 2. BKB pop on the Razor. FNG drops down the Death Ward, pushes into this Razor, forcing him to back up, and now with the second line,
get the duel.
LTW wants to go for it. Indeed, they have got the duel, and they will bring down the Storm Spirit, but it's costing them lives. They've lost 2, they've lost 3. The epicenter comes in onto the back lines from S-Moon as he picks up a 4. 2 buybacks are coming out, but they have to find kills out of this. What can they get? They get the FNG Witch Doctor. The Racks down bottom are falling low. Illidan wants to finish them off. He is incredibly low here. If they can finish on the PL, they would be huge, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to. ILTW is back in, zips forward, cleans up a couple. There's no buyback on the Razor or the Legion Commander. ILTW does lose his life, but still, it's Gambit losing the majority of heroes here, and they will tap out now. GG, well played is called, and game 1 will go to Team Spirit, as this one was a bit of a stomp. Definitely the most one-sided game that we've had so far here in the CIS regions.
It was, I was very impressed with Spirit's read of the map. Like, it just seemed like they knew exactly